Hey, how's it, guys and girls? It's drive time with Robin, African Payment Solutions. We're talking about African Payment Solutions. No surprise there. So, to continue with the future of African online payments and the GSMA Report by Jesus, and how it's playing out. It seems to be playing out pretty much like he said in my previous blog and vlog. So, as he said, well, what can we expect next? So, he thinks collaboration and competition between existing players is one topic. The next phase will be like how the existing players will collaborate with each other, like banks like Standard Bank, Absa Barclays, EcoBank that are across the continent. Fintechs, these emerging startups and fintech developments, big techs like Google, Apple, Facebook, and governments. The fintechs need the banks, and the banks need innovation and the agility of fintechs. Governments will catalyze or retard developments depending on their stance and understanding of how the digital innovations are going to play out. So these organizations will be leveraging each other's strengths to produce innovative payment solutions. They'll be collaborating on mobile payments probably, and they'll be competing on the creation of alternative payment methods. So that's the collaboration and competition between existing players. And then regulations and the role of authorities was the next thing Jesus talked about. Is it Jesus or Jesus? I'm not sure. But anyway, very clever chap in terms of his understanding of African payments. So regulation and the role of authorities. Authorities will have a big influence on payment innovations and developments. They'll be responsible for catalyzing or retarding the growth and driving financial inclusion depending on their stance. On the one hand, they need to manage consumer risk and exposure. They've got to protect their consumers. And on the other hand, to encourage payment players to keep open playing fields, to encourage competition, to promote interoperability, to implement standards so that everybody's operating, so it becomes interoperable, so that we can make sure that everybody can participate with each other, and to educate consumers. They also need to find a good way to be a part of cross-border transacting, because with these new currencies of the internet, cross-border transacting is already happening. So they're going to have to find a way to engage with that. That's most effective for their country and the continent as a whole. So that was regulation and authorities. And then standardization. Historically, Africa has been very fragmented and oligopolistic in terms of its payment ecosystem. The past few years have been quite encouraging in terms of promotion and facilitation of interoperability. The card schemes like MasterCard have worked with mobile monies to produce hybrid payment products. There are innovations like Mawali which are bringing together the mobile providers. And QR codes, I think I agree with Jesus or Jesus that QR codes are looking like the way Africa is going to go in terms of its point of sale or its consumer interface to payment providers. SWIFT, well, we'll see how long SWIFT can maintain its lead for cross-border. There are a number of crypto initiatives that are providing alternative rails for cross-border transactions. A friend of mine has built an exchange called Zago. They have their plan is to be the backbone of cross-border, the rails. And exchanges are putting down their networks with Luno, Binance operating in different countries, different fiat on and off ramps. So let's see where that one goes. And then real-time payment systems. I mentioned in a previous blog that the simplicity and irrevocability of real-time payment systems is causing rapid growth throughout the world, and standardization will mean that interoperability will be more effective across the continent. So once again, thanks to BBVA Research and Jesus or Jesus for their research and their useful, inspiring perspective on African payments. So just to end off, if you are an e-commerce company entering the African continent and looking for a single API to get your mobile payments and a single API to get your cards and somebody to make it a nice smooth transition for you, go to www.africanpaymentsolutions.com and give us a shout and we'll see how we can help you. Well, I hope that was useful, entertaining and interesting for you. Wishing you an awesome day.